Would you believe that nose jobs and breast implants had origins from ancient Egypt? Or that it was Plato who introduced to us the alarm clock? And that the idea of a vending machine dates back 2,000 years ago? Yes, many of the conveniences we enjoy today can actually be traced back thousands of years. Technology is, in point of fact, ancient. The first civilization to contribute to the world more than 3,000 years of invention and technology was from Africa. All the latest research confirms that the ancient Egyptians were black people. The technology we use today is not from one continent, but is a mixture of the knowledge and genius of all the continents. Around 3000 to 332 BC, ancient Egypt for almost 30 centuries was one of the first civilizations to form in the ancient world. They invented writing in the form of picture words called hieroglyphics, and of course they would need something to write them on, wouldn't they? So they invented papyrus sheets, which they kept the whole process of making a secret so they can sell them to the neighbors. And what better and cooler way to export them than through ships? 75 feet long boats made of wood planks, straps, and grass to be exact. The Egyptians were also outstanding architects and mathematicians. One look at the pyramids and temples and you'll understand. The building of such majestic structures, however, took a toll on the hundreds of slaves forced to work day and night. Thus, the creation of a wide variety, yet quite strange medicines and cures. For example, for eye infections, they used honey and human brains. You heard it right. They also used whole-cooked mouse to help cure coughs. Other than that, they discovered ways to embalm the dead, stitch wounds, repair broken bones, amputate infected limbs, and use opium as painkiller. The Egyptians also invented the toothbrush and toothpaste, door locks and keys, and early bowling. In ancient Greece between 800 and 500 BC, philosophers pop up here and there and began to look at the world in different ways. They studied mathematics, not to build giant pyramids like Egypt, but because of fascination with numbers. One discovery was that of Pythagoras with his theorem to find the sides of a right triangle, which is still used today. The Greeks then applied their skills in math to describe the stars and the planets. They even developed a device for calculating the movements of the planets, which is sometimes considered the first computer. They are also the first ones to study medicine as a scientific way to cure illness and disease. The world-famous doctor, Hippocrates, studied sick people, observed their symptoms, and then came up with some treatments. While the Greeks loved to observe and study the world, they also applied their learning to make some practical inventions like the water mill, central heating, the alarm clock, Archimedes' screw, and the crane. In 753 BC, one of the greatest civilizations in history, the Roman Empire, came into existence. The Romans were prodigious builders and expert civil engineers. They enjoyed many amenities including public toilets, underground sewage systems, fountains, and ornate public baths. None of these aquatic innovations would have been possible without the Roman aqueduct that delivered fresh water to its people. The Romans also developed a unique recipe for cement and concrete. Thanks to their innovation, we all could witness the spectacle that is the Pantheon and the Colosseum. Newspapers, bound books, and the Julian calendar were also created during their time. Then at the height of the empire, roads and highways were made encompassing nearly 1.7 million square miles of southern Europe. It was the most sophisticated system of roads the ancient world has ever seen. Nothing, however, could have been compared to the technological triumphs during the Industrial Revolution in Great Britain at about 1760s. And by 1850, Britain was crowned the workshop of the world. The largest empire in history expanded with the use of steamships and the railway system. Even Queen Victoria herself became a regular user of the rail network. The spread of the railway and high understanding of electromagnetism resulted to the development of the electric telegraph, or a very old telephone. Also, steam technology has radically improved Britain's core industries, namely the mining of coal, minerals, and other raw materials, and the production of iron, textiles, and manufactured goods. The Western civilizations made their name across the globe, but Asia had its top contenders in this world pageant too. Ancient China and India presented one of the world's greatest inventions. India, for instance, has proven its dominance in the field of science and technology through the invention of the cotton gin, the crucible steel, and cataract surgery, which dates back to 2000 BC. Diamonds were also first mined in India, which until the 18th century was the only country where diamonds were found. China too didn't back down. Its very long history has seen many extremely important inventions emerge, including the four most famous ones: papermaking, gunpowder, printing techniques, and the compass. China prided itself as the origin of tea, silk, porcelain, and dozens of others that were discovered thousands of years ago. It was also in China that the world's first clock was invented, and by a Buddhist monk.